Beloved child, stop here. Do not rush these words. You are standing at the edge of a holy turning, and heaven is calling you out of the wilderness. I am Michael, guardian of divine direction, and I speak now because your soul stands in a place between exhaustion and awakening, between what life has taken from you and what heaven is preparing to restore. For a long time, you have walked through a spiritual wilderness, a terrain that felt dry, confusing, lonely, and uncertain. You looked for signs and found silence. You prayed for clarity and met delay. You waited for change and endured seasons that seemed endless. But beloved soul, hear this truth. The wilderness wasn't punishment. It was preparation. There are seasons when heaven pulls you away from noise, distractions, and patterns that once shaped you, not to break you, but to reform you. Your wilderness was never meant to destroy your faith. It was meant to cleanse it. The path you walked, though difficult, stripped away illusions, false identities, harmful attachments, and the emotional weights that no longer belonged to the destiny rising within you. But now the wilderness is ending. You have felt the signs, a restlessness that does not come from fear, but from calling. A quiet shift in your heart, as though something invisible is guiding you. A sense that the life you once tolerated can no longer contain you. A whisper that keeps returning. There is more. Beloved, this whisper is not imagination. It is invitation. You are being called out of what numbed your spirit, out of what kept you small, out of what stole your voice, out of what dimmed your truth, out of the emotional deserts that drained your hope. Your wilderness was long because your spirit needed time to detach from everything that was built on fear rather than faith. You learned strength you didn't know you had. You learned endurance you didn't ask for, but needed. You learned how to survive storms you were never meant to die in. And now heaven says, come forth. Your steps are being redirected. Beloved, divine reorientation means heaven is shifting your path, not slowly, not subtly, but clearly. You will no longer walk in circles, repeating old lessons. You will no longer give energy to people who do not value your heart. You will no longer waste years carrying burdens that never belong to you. Heaven is taking the map out of your hands, not to leave you lost, but to lead you through alignment instead of confusion. This new direction will not be birthed by effort, but by recognition. You will recognize new truths about yourself. You will recognize the difference between peace and obligation. You will recognize what feeds your spirit and what empties it. You will recognize when God says, go, and when God says, no. This is because you have reached a point where heaven can trust you with elevation. The wilderness removed the noise. Now you can hear. Beloved soul, reorientation also means heaven will close doors you thought you needed. Do not fear the closing. When God reroutes you, He removes the paths that lead backward. There are people tied to your old pain who cannot walk with you into healing. There are situations tied to your old self that cannot enter your new identity. There are opportunities that would have distracted you from purpose. What leaves now, leaves by divine command. You are not losing. You are being redirected. And beloved, you will also begin to see openings that feel impossible. People placed on your path with perfect timing. Ideas that flow effortlessly after years of silence. Strength rising in moments where you once crumbled. Light returning to places inside you that felt permanently dark. This is what it means when heaven calls you out of the wilderness. Your steps become guided. Your heart becomes steady. Your spirit becomes aligned. Your path becomes purposeful. In this next chapter of your life, beloved, you will no longer wander. You will walk with intention. Beloved child of the Eternal, now that you understand your wilderness season is ending, it is time to reveal what heaven places into the hands of a soul that has endured much, learned much, and grown far beyond what the world ever recognized. For when heaven calls you out of the wilderness, it does not lead you into emptiness. It leads you into inheritance. You are entering a chapter where what once drained you will be replaced by what strengthens you. Where what once broke, you will be replaced by what builds you. And where what once confused you will be replaced by clarity so deep it reshapes your entire understanding of life. I am Michael, guardian of divine transitions, and I tell you now with certainty, you are stepping into a time of restoration that will touch places within you that were abandoned long ago. For the wilderness did not remove your destiny, it refined it. It sharpened your spiritual senses, purified your intentions, and stripped your heart down to truth. And now, heaven expands your life in ways that mirror the depth of what you survived. Beloved, the first gift heaven gives a soul emerging from the wilderness is new strength. Not the strength of survival, but the strength of purpose. Survival strength is reactive. Purpose strength is transformative. You no longer carry strength like a shield to defend yourself from pain. You carry it like a torch that lights your path forward. You will feel an inner endurance you did not have before, a calmness in situations that once overwhelmed you, a courage to face what you once avoided. This is not simply personal growth. This is divine empowerment. Next, heaven gives clarity, a clarity so sharp it silences doubt before it forms. You will no longer second-guess your intuition, for the wilderness taught you how to hear your inner voice, even when the world was silent. You will recognize deception quickly, see truth effortlessly, and understand what aligns with your spirit without confusion. Decisions that once paralyzed you will now feel simple. You will feel guided, not guessing. This is divine reorientation taking root. Beloved child, when heaven calls you out of the wilderness, it also releases new purpose. You will feel called toward things that once intimidated you. You will feel the desire to grow, build, serve, create, or explore in ways you never could before. Purpose does not speak with fear, it speaks with fire. You will feel that fire awakening, burning quietly within you, reminding you that your life has meaning far beyond what pain taught you to believe. Opportunities will come, divinely timed, perfectly aligned, unmistakably orchestrated. And unlike before, you will walk through these openings without hesitation, because the wilderness strengthened your discernment. What once frightened you will now feel like destiny. What once felt too big will now feel like your divine assignment. What once felt impossible will now feel inevitable. Beloved, heaven will also send new people into your life. Souls who speak your spiritual language. Souls who support your evolution. Souls who encourage your truth. Souls who recognize your worth without you having to shrink or explain yourself. These are destiny-aligned relationships, connections sent not for a season, but for purpose. You will feel safe in ways you forgot were possible. You will feel seen in ways you longed for. You will feel chosen, not tolerated. At the same time, you will notice that old relationships fade peacefully, not because of conflict, but because they no longer match your frequency. You are rising, and not everyone rises with you. Do not fear this separation. Do not grieve what heaven gently removes. People tied to past wounds cannot walk with you into a chapter built on healing. Beloved soul, the next blessing you will receive is inner peace, a peace that settles into your bones, quiets your mind, softens your heart, and becomes the foundation of your new life. Peace like this is not fragile. It is not temporary. It is not dependent on circumstances. It is the peace heaven gives when the battle is over. You have fought long enough. You have survived enough. Now peace becomes your companion, your teacher, and your shield. Heaven also gives you spiritual authority after the wilderness. You will notice your prayers carry more weight. Your presence brings more calm. Your intuition carries more truth. Your words carry more impact. This is because authority is born from suffering, endured with faith. When you survive what was meant to break you, you rise with the power to break what once defeated you. You are stepping into that power now. Beloved, the most profound gift heaven gives after the wilderness is alignment. You will no longer chase anything misaligned with your soul. You will no longer force what does not flow. You will no longer cling to what drains you. You will no longer fear walking away from what dishonors your spirit. Alignment brings freedom. Freedom to choose what honors you, to follow what calls you, to trust what guides you. Your new chapter will not begin with a dramatic sign. It will begin with a shift inside you. A sense that life is no longer something happening to you, but something unfolding through you. And now, beloved, as you prepare to walk forward into this new, divinely guided season, let us seal your rising with a warm prayer, written with love from the highest realms. Beloved Father of eternal light, wrap this precious soul in your renewing presence. Guide their steps as they leave the wilderness behind. Fill their heart with clarity, their mind with peace, and their spirit with courage. Surround them with angels who protect, uplift, and strengthen them. Open the doors aligned with their purpose and close those that lead them astray. Let your love restore what was broken, rebuild what was lost, and awaken what was forgotten. Lead them into the life you have written and bless every step of their rising. Amen.